É muito tempo de resiliência.
We all know what a GT3 car is. We all know that they're pretty fast, but they're actually quite restricted because that allows them to comply with the various regulations across all the different racing series across the world. So in that case, let's imagine a GT3 car with absolutely no restrictions. And thanks to Racing Studios, one of the most well-known mod developers on the original Assetto Corsa, we don't have to imagine anymore, as they've just released their brand new GT Protech P92 F6 Renn car. Quite a catchy name, that. But yeah, forget about the name. It's basically the latest Porsche GT3 car, the de-restricted version, of course. They just don't have the licensing for the name yet. But anyways, we're gonna, in this video, compare this beast of a car against a regular Porsche GT3 car. So then, how much faster is a de-restricted GT3 car? Let's find out. Right, so before we get driving then, let's quickly touch on the tech specs for the regular GT3 car. 507 brake horsepower, 477 Newton meters of torque. The car weighs around 1,300 kilos, top speeds in and around 270 kilometers an hour. So yeah, how exactly is this car, or any GT3 car, restricted then? So there's the balance of performance, the BOP, which is in place to ensure that there's close racing amongst all the different cars. So, you know, from BMW to Ferrari to Bentley to McLaren to Porsche, whatever it is, the BOP brings them all close together. I mean, let's be honest, it doesn't always do its job very well, but that's the idea of it. But yeah, within the BOP, there's a few key factors that can be changed. So there's weight in the form of ballast, there's limiting turbo boost, there's limiting fuel capacity as well. These are all things that a series or a championship can change to increase or decrease a car's performance. But yeah, make sure all the GT3 cars are as closely matched as possible. Do you know what? I'd actually like to see what the most popular GT3 car is currently. So let me know your favourite GT3 car down in the comments below. There are other elements as well, like tyres. In most series, each car has to run a dedicated preset tyre made by the tyre manufacturer. And yeah, these won't be optimised for a specific car or for peak performance either. Aero will be homologated, you know, wing sizes will have limits. There'll be dedicated ride heights, you can't go above or below. Regular GT3 cars are built for endurance as well, so that they can survive races like the 24 Hours of Spa, Daytona, and naturally that will reduce peak performance. If you're building a race car to last a long distance, you are going to compromise its overall lap time. But yeah, anyways, for this experiment for both cars, I've tweaked the default setups that come with the mods to be a bit more optimized for Monza. But yeah, let's get into the first hot lap. Get this thing fired up. I love where it would usually say Porsche. It just says Protech in exactly the same font. Nice touch. Oh, what's also a nice touch is you can actually map a celebration button in this RSS mod. So check this. Driver's fist just goes. Right. That noise. Oh. That noise is absolute filth. Oh. Those straight cut gears. But anyway, let's see what lap time this car can do. Shifting on the blue. First braking point is going to be around 150 meters. Brake in a straight line. Down the gears as quickly as we can go. A little bit bumpy on the exit of the first chicane, but that was neat and tidy. You can take quite a lot of curb in this car on the Assetto Corsa, so we will fully utilise that. Into the second chicane, down to second gear. Flattered the curbs there, into sector 2. Third gear for Lesmo 1. Same again for Lesmo 2. Neat and tidy. Ploughing down to Ascari. Again, third gear. The curbs at Ascari with this mod are a little bit sketchy, so I need to be careful of it. But we survived. And then for the Parabolica, third gear, braking just after the 100. Little bit wide on the exit, but a neat and tidy lap. What's the lap time going to be? A 47.3. So we will check and we'll correlate that compared to real life. I mean, I know firsthand that is a little bit slow. And yeah, we're running pretty nice conditions. Dry track, clear skies, medium temperatures, 23 degrees, and quality fuel. So there really is no excuse. This thing should be... Well, let's see. What qualifying lap times did GT3 cars do around Monza in 2025 in qualifying? Let's have a look. So yeah, as you can see on the screen there, that is the 2025 Monza qualifying from GT World Challenge Endurance. And you can see the top Porsche is third. This is the average qualifying time from the three drivers. And you can see they did a 1 minute 45.1. So that is 2.2, 2.3 seconds quicker than what we managed to do just now in Assetto Corsa. So yeah, the lap itself was okay. I've done a few laps of practice beforehand. I do just think that this mod is quite slow. Could be a mixture of the track mod not being fully accurate, the car itself being a bit slow in various areas. So the car is a little bit slow. We should really be in the 45s in quali trim. Regardless of that, it's still a good benchmark to see how much quicker the de-restricted car will be. Alright, so the de-restricted car, the tech specs, so 620 brake horsepower, 550 newton meters of torque, around 1230 kilograms, so 70 kilograms lighter, and with a projected top speed of in and around 310 kilometers an hour, so quite a bit faster on paper, more downforce, less drag, no homologation limits. Of course, we're in exactly the same conditions. The setup is similar but different. All the key things are similar. You know, it's running the same amount of fuel to make it an absolutely fair test. But anyway, let's get this thing on the road. Can we do the little... Yeah, we can. Got it. Good grief. Oh, everything just feels like fast forward. I mean, I thought the noise was good in the regular one. It's even better in this. Oh my god, it just doesn't stop pulling. Woo! That noise in sixth gear. Oh! Okay, I think braking distances will be a bit longer in this as I'm approaching the corner so much quicker. Oh my god, the noise, man. Let's lock in. See what lap time this thing can do. What top speed can we achieve on the start-finish straight then? 270 already. 280. 285, okay. My god. It is a lot more lively than the previous car. Might have to focus a bit more here. Everything's happening a lot quicker. Into the second chicane. Rear is all over the place. Into the Lesmos. The balance is very on edge in this car. Feels a lot stiffer. A lot less forgiving as well. Into Ascari then. Oh, just about. Kept it on track. I really didn't want to lift that. Last corner. I think it's still going to be third gear in this thing. Alright, decent last corner there as well. Shortest run to the line. What is the lap time going to be? 142.5. Jesus. So that is almost 5 seconds quicker than the regular GT3 car, and well over 2 seconds quicker than the actual quickest real life GT3 lap from last year. That is rapid. Alright, so as you can see, I've got Coach Dave Delta on my screen right now, and it's got both laps in data form, so we can see exactly where we gained and lost time in the de-restricted car compared to the regular one. So if we look at this in layman's terms very quickly, let's start off with the speed graph. So the blue line is the regular GT3, the yellow line is the de-restricted GT3, and you can see on the start-finish straight, the top speed difference was around 14 kilometers an hour different. That's quite a lot. You know, I said I got to 285 on the start-finish in that de-restricted car. I actually got to 287, maybe 288 before I started to brake. In fact, let's have a look. 287.7, so almost 288 kilometers an hour. And you can see in the top graph, the Delta tab, we've already lost half a second in the regular GT3 before we even got to turn 1. And that goes for every straight, you know, the straight leading to the second chicane, even up to the Lesmos, the mini straight in between the Lesmos. Every straight you can see on the speed graph how much quicker that de-restricted car is. You know, all that horsepower, all that torque, the reduced weight, the less drag, all of that adds up to that speed differential, which is quite a lot. I think what we can also see, if we take the second chicane as an example, because of the higher approach speed in the de-restricted car, so we're approaching at 271 kilometers an hour. In the regular car, we're approaching in 256. I'm having to brake a lot earlier, as I expected. So how much is that? How many meters is that? Around 10 meters, 10, 15 meters. So it's quite significant. But then you can see, you know, from the braking to the apex to the exit, it's actually quite similar between the two cars in a slow speed section. So mechanically, they're giving off very similar amounts of grip. But as soon as I get on the loud pedal, you can see the two cars start to separate again on the speed graph. So yeah, the main gains are in the power zones, as we expected. The cars felt a little bit different, but you know, all things considered, they didn't feel that different. I guess the de-restricted car, as I said during the lap, felt a bit stiffer, more aggressive, less forgiving. You have more power to put down onto the road, so naturally that's going to be a bit trickier. If we take the Lesmos and the Ascari, let's take the Lesmos first as medium speed corners. So yeah, we are able to carry 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers an hour more in the de-restricted car through Lesmo 1, which, you know, that's a fair amount. In Lesmo 2, again, minimum speed is slightly more, a couple of kilometers an hour quicker. So the fact it's lighter and there is a little bit more aero, there is a little bit of cornering performance in the de-restricted car, but it's just not as obvious as the straight line performance. So half a second up to T1. Once we exit the first chicane, we gain a further 10th and a half, 2 tenths. On that second straight bit, it's not really a straight, but Curva Grande, we gain a huge amount of time, 1.1 seconds up until the second chicane. Through the second chicane, we gain a 10th. On that mini straight to the first Lesmo, we gain 2 tenths. Through Lesmo 1, another 10th. Mini straight, 2 tenths. Lesmo 2, a 10th. The back straight towards Ascari, 8 tenths. Through Ascari, we gain 2 tenths. On the straight towards the last corner, 8 tenths. Last corner, interesting. I thought I nailed the last corner in the de-restricted car, but we actually we didn't gain anything. A couple of hundredths, if that. So the cars are very, very similar through Parabolica. And then the short run to the line, we lost 0.6. So that's the lap breakdown. The only other main difference I can see is the gearing. So you can see if I zoom in on the Curva Grande stretch of road, when we're upshifting in the gears here, you can see the shorter gears are fairly similar in terms of the shift point between the two cars, but the further the gears go up, the gearing differentiates, and you can see there's bigger spaces between when we shift in the de-restricted car versus when we shift in the regular car. But also there's a few more variables there as well. You know, you've got more power in the de-restricted one, so you're getting to the rev limiter quicker, so you're going to go through gears quicker compared with the regular one. So it's good to see. You know, the video and being on board and looking at replay files shows one thing, but data really does show you how different 2 laps can be between 2 cars. God, I'll tell you what, the de-restricted car is a lot more thirsty though. Look how much fuel it uses. So we start the lap at 5.6 litres, and at the end of the lap, it's used almost half a litre more of fuel. So over a race stint, that's a lot of fuel. Anyway, I think we should do a race between the 2 cars and see how they stack up when they're on the same bit of track at the same time. Okay, we are gonna do a 1-lap race in the de-restricted car against 19 other regular GT3 cars, and we're going to start last. Can we finish first? Is this car quick enough to allow me to win that race? And yeah, this thing actually has launch control as well, so let's test that out. Oh my god. Holy smoke. Well, that was a good start. Kind of a bit blocked here though. Oh. I think we're up to P4. Look at the difference. Holy shit. That is crazy. Even under braking, it's a lot better. I mean, oh my god. To be fair, the AI in Assetto Corsa stereotypically has never been great, but I have turned it up to the maximum, so we're doing the best we can to make it tricky for ourselves. But I mean, this is the leader, and we've got half a lap to go. Honestly, this thing makes a GT3 car look like how a GT3 car makes a Porsche Cup look like. It's the same difference, like, it's absolutely insane. Well, the answer to the question is, can we overtake 19 GT3 cars in 1 lap? Yes, we can, and let's celebrate. Yay. There we go. What a car.